Hello guys, Ace here, and this will be the last video for the Summer Game Special 2022, and that is giving my thoughts on the Xenoblade Chronicles 3 Direct. So, first of all, it's just the last Direct for June for Nintendo. Maybe yes, maybe no, but next week is going to be interesting, so whatever happens. There's going to be some sort of entertainment to some extent. I'm sorry. I mean, it's a long history with the Super Nintendo fan to some extent there, but I digress. That's a different story there. So, I want to give my thoughts on Xenoblade Chronicles 3, what they show. So, of course, the elephant in the room, there will be DLC for this game. No surprise there. They've been doing that from previous game to some extent. Other company does it too, so why? To make more money for the game. Usually, from what I understand, is that you have a budget for the main game and then you get some sort of budget for the DLC. However, that's key, is that it depends on the sale for the main game. They kind of use the profit from that one to make DLC to some extent, but yeah, they do have a budget, so they gotta make money to some extent. So, of course, DLC in the game, they announced it prior to the game's release. It's a norm now. I know it sucks, but it is what it is there. So apparently the DLC is gonna last till 2023 there. So again, whether you like it or not, that's sort of the business to make money. And I guess some people are not happy with this one is it does have Amiibo support. So using the Amiibo, you get helpful items. Makes sense. Get free items per day, I guess. Some games kind of done that. Fire Emblem Hyrule Warriors, Breath of the Wild kind of does it. When you scan an Amiibo, you get helpful free item. I mean, it just makes the game easy to some extent there. Because I'm not gonna lie, that was just Xenoblade Chronicles game I played. Unless I'm not doing it right, I'm not really doing good to some extent. I'm like, oh man, I'm dying. What am I doing wrong? But again, it is what it is there. Those are good games, but I'll talk about that later. Expansion Pass, DLC, Amiibo support, it is what it is there. So what is the presentation all about? So I'm not going to go in detail that much because I'm not an expert on it, but I'm going to try to give the gist of it and then give my thoughts on it. So first of all, they showed a trailer more what the story. Gist of the story is, in this world, there are two types of faction, and you're like a super soldier, and you only have 10 years to live. That's it. And there's a long history of them fighting each other until an anomaly person basically came out and said, find the real enemy, and that's what the story is. And then they introduced a new world. I don't know if it's the same world from the previous Xenoblade Chronicles game, or it is a new world. I don't know. I'm not that an expert. And as always, Monolith, they are known for doing big worlds, so that's actually good for them there. It's a problem. They introduced all the 6 characters, and they have their backstory there. So apparently 3 of them are from one faction, and then the other 3 are from the other faction. And then the premise of the story is they gotta find the real boss, so you're gonna do the journey and kind of stop this endless war. So that's what the story is there. Sort of interesting, but to some extent I hate to say it, it is like it's been done before differently, but again, you know, if it's not broken, why fix it? If you're borrowing some element, as long as you're not copying one-to-one, it shouldn't be a problem there. So again, story-wise, it is what it is there. So they showed the battle, just like previous Xenoblade Chronicles game. It is gonna play like Final Fantasy 12, which is automatic battle, and once in a while you can do some, what they call it, arts, and you do a special move. And apparently during the battle, you can also fuse a heart for better art. Get an advantage on that one. Again, kind of done that before, but if it's not broken, why not use it? And of course, this one has nothing to do with Sword Masters and Blades. That's what Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is. So this one, it sort of has something like that because you do play 6 characters and they're main characters. So there is no some sort of partner. However, they have a skill, they call it Ouroboros, where you can fuse to become a super being. And it depends who's the lead control. They have different skills and power. Again, kind of like turn the tide around, so makes sense there. And then for this one also have classes. So each of the main characters have their own class, but they can change to other class. Again, Kind of done it before in previous RPG. But the interesting part here is that the more you use the particular class, you learn new skill. And you can use that new skill to basically use it to a different class. So it's sort of a Bravely Default kind of architect, because that was the same thing. You change class, you improve that class, so you learn that skill, and then you go to another class, and then the skill from those previous class, those skill, you can use them. So I mean, combination, find the right one that you preferred, and boom, take the advantage and turn the battle around. So again, a bit different than the previous Xenoblade Chronicles game, but again, it's a sort of a fresh for the series. So my overall thoughts for this game: graphics, anime look, I like it. English dub, definitely. I don't care who voices who. Yeah, the game's gonna be in 30 frames, but it's on the Switch. What do you expect? So imagine if this game was on a PS5 or Xbox Series XS. Crispy, shiny, and 60 frames. Because believe it or not, I just played Octopath Traveler on the Series X, and oh my gosh, it's freaking 19 days versus playing it on the Switch. I'm just saying there, like, not everyone care about that portability. They like power, they like the frame rate, and in 2022 and beyond, most gamers gonna prefer their games to be on 60 frames. Just saying, but it is what it is there. So overall for the Direct, it's good. They did not spoil anything with the story, but they did kind of spoil one thing, because they also have, they call it heroes, and that's your seventh temporary member that's gonna help you, and then they blurred out one, so I don't know what's the deal with that one, but again, it is what it is. It's not about the story, no spoiler here. They just give the gist of what the game is. And you say, why do a Direct for one game? When they kind of do that, there's two things that could happen. Either one, they want more people to get engaged for this particular game, because maybe the previous one didn't do like the sale they wanted. So maybe, so you talk more about it, kind of like the Street Fighter V summer update, winter update, you know, like that. Sakura's DLC character. You kind of give and explain for the general consumer why get this game, why get the DLC, etc., etc., etc. Then maybe to some extent they'll consider it. That's the whole point. If you're a fan of the game and you just want to know more, that's fine. Yeah, there are some like, oh, we're not even going to watch it because I want spoiler, which again, to each of their own. Nintendo Life, I'm looking at you, but you know, it is what it is. So that's the whole point. And second could be that maybe they really want to talk about it, because there might be some concern that, oh, this game is not better than the previous one, so let's talk about it. Again, who knows? So those are my thoughts for the Xenoblade Chronicles 3 Direct. Is this the last Direct for Nintendo for June? I don't know. So next week, we're going to see what's going to happen. So with that, I'll see you guys later.